Hey y'all, it's your morning guy Reese. Well, it's not exactly Monday morning anymore, it's Monday night. It is approximately 7 o'clock at night. I've been trying to record this all day long. This week's topic is out versus stealth. Now, when most people think of somebody that's out, they think of, you know, um, the huge rainbow carrying gay rights activist of, we're here, we're queer, we're not going anywhere sort of thing. That doesn't necessarily have to be you. And when people think of somebody that's stealth, most people think of somebody that's ashamed, that they're still in the closet, that they're hiding. And, you know, both of them are more or less myths. When somebody is stealth, they generally do that for self-preservation reasons, either because they feel that their safety could be compromised if they were to become out. They may be afraid to lose their job if somebody found out, which is a very real thing. Lose their housing. Again, it's another real thing. But you kind of have to gauge the situation and the group of friends that you're with and things like that. Now, when you're out, like I said, you don't have to be that gay rights activist that is, pushing, Planned Parenthood pamphlets and the Stonewall, copies of the Stonewall DVD, the documentary. No, you don't have to do that. Generally, when somebody is out, they're just not hiding who they are, but they're not exactly putting it in somebody's face either. They're just comfortable with who they are. And if somebody asks, they answer. And that's more or less kind of where I'm at. I do consider myself an activist, but not just specifically a trans activist or a gay rights activist. I'm pretty much a human rights activist, because if I see something going wrong, if I see some sort of an injustice, I have no problem with opening my mouth. I don't care if you're gay, straight, lesbian, bisexual, transgender, pink, polka dot, elephant, llama, unicorn, whatever. That's just the type of person that I am, though. And what works for me may not always work for everybody else. So, I first came out. Actually, I think I've been out as far as identifying somewhere in the GLBT spectrum since I was 15. And when you first come out, it's kind of a confusing time. You're kind of wondering where exactly in the spectrum you fall, because they're all new acronyms to you, sometimes anyway. If you're just coming out and you don't know anything about anything, you just know that you're different and that you fall under this umbrella term. I've been out actively as trans since I was 25? I want to say I was 25 when I actually came out and came to terms with being transgender. I've kind of always been a rights activist ever since I was small, even an animal rights activist. When the news article came about saying that tuna companies were no longer going to can dolphins with their tunas because they were an accidental catch and they just put them all together, and they made the big push of buy dolphin safe tuna. Well, I was big on that. My mom would tell you. when recycling came about, same thing. I went ahead and pushed for recycling. We're going to recycle. I was kind of a little bit of a hippie, I suppose you could say. But if you're going to make the choice to be out, you know, you have to kind of decide on what varying degree you're going to be out. Are you just going to openly identify amongst friends? Are you going to be a activist? Do you plan on being in the media? How much of your life are you willing to be exposed? And it's okay to just have a little bit. If the only thing that you want known is the fact that you're gay, lesbian, transgender, bisexual, whatever your label is, then, you know, that's okay. If you plan on being in the public eye completely, like on 2020, you know, Maury Povich, whatever the case may be, then you kind of have to expect that they're going to dig into your background, and more than what you're comfortable with is probably going to be out on display. So you kind of have to expect that. And if you're stealth, you know, many people choose to live a stealth life because they're afraid. They're afraid of what people will say if they're going to lose their job, if they're going to lose their partner, which really that disclosure discussion should have already been had a long time ago. Whether they're going to lose their housing, whether they're going to lose their family, all of that, you know, those are all very real concerns. And both need to be weighed, you know, and the only person that can actually make the decision for you as to which side of the fence you fall under is you. It takes a lot of soul searching, and it takes a lot of digging. So feel free to take as much time as you need. Take a piece of paper and put pros on one side, cons on one side, and, you know, out versus stealth, and write down all the benefits that you can see to being out and all the benefits that you can see to being stealth, and then go ahead and write the downfalls that you could see to either one. And if the negatives outweigh the positives on either choice, then that's probably the course of action that you should take. But yeah, as long as you're happy and healthy and you're not hurting anybody else and you're not hurting yourself, it's really nobody's business. And I've said it before, and I'll say it again. How you were born and what's between your legs is nobody's business. That's absolutely nobody's business. That's for you to decide to disclose. But yeah, y'all have a good day. Be good to yourself. Be good to everybody else. And I'll catch you on the flip side. Peace. Happy Monday.